So this was the first kind of project for 5.3. It was just setting the boxes up and the camera angles, and then also just setting these balls up to shoot. And I'll get into how I did that right now. So we go into boxes where we can see how it's just laid out, and then we go to the launch origin. This is the balls that are being launched. You can see that there's kind of a main camera attached to it, and then the ball, this is all the components inside the ball. The launch projectile is the script we added. We could see that's the prefab we created by dragging it into the kind of project folder. And 700 is the amount of power that the balls are being launched at for the 3D physics of the game. Now we're going to dive into the script for the balls. So it's pretty simple. Just set the launch velocity to 700, and that I told the script that the game object was a projectile, which I made a prefab in the game. And then when get button, fire button, when you click with the left button of your mouse, it shoots, and launch projectile is just the command that happens after you click. The second task we were asked to do was create this little monster where he can run and jump around in a 3D world, and he can kind of hit into these blocks, and when he hits into these blocks they hover and float away. So this is the player control script for that little Cyclops monster that was just shown. Just a quick run through right here. But this is the part we added for the robot, which is in 5.4. But yeah, this is the rotate hover. This is for the game object cubes that were floating in the air. You can just see hover distance, and that's all updated in the public classes. And then collision controller, that's for the collectibles in the air. When you collide with them, that they go away. Also, you can set it up where if the player does collide with something, it can make a sound. So first we just declare these variables like jump height and jump input and run input. Those were all just to keep the character grounded. This is the update portion of the script. It just kind of tells the game what to do when you're collecting the controls on all these inputs. So if you run or click W, your character will move forward. If you press the spacebar, it'll go up, and yeah, you can see the transform and then the controller move. The check jump in effects, just make sure that the player is grounded after a button is clicked, so it's not repeating that action and causing a loop. So now we're just getting into 5.4. A lot of this section was configuring the animators for both the chicken and the robot. So in the chicken here, you can see that I have has exit time. This helps with the delays and stuff switching between the different animations. And on these transition lines, you can see that whatever box or animation it's going to, it's checked true, and the one that's leaving is checked false. This is the chicken. You can see the chicken moving around. It's hard to see it moving the feet because it's kind of laggy when I filmed it, but yeah, you can see the wings flap and it jumps and everything. And you can see the shadow too, which is pretty cool. Now moving on to the robot, which was pretty much the same thing. Just go into the robot animation. You can see it's actually a bit more simpler than the chicken. Same thing, has exit time off and then transitions. Whatever box you go to, you have it turned on, and when it's leaving, you have it false for that condition that you set as a Boolean before you connected the lines. And this is what the robot pretty much looks like. can see it moving around. It's a little glitchy because I'm filming, but yeah, you can jump and stuff, and you can see all the animations work. Because this was more focusing on the animator, this is all we really added for the robot script. It just made sure the animations between jumping and idle was working well. And you can see the controller is grounded, so when you're not touching the controller, the player isn't moving, and it's connected to physics, gravity, and everything. For the chicken, we didn't have to code it. We just downloaded the zip file for the code on the chicken off Code.hs, and it worked well. Thank you.